All right, y'all. It's lunchtime for me. Let me get started real quick. This is the one I couldn't find this morning. Hey Chitty Boo. So this man says he saw the actual video from the Karmello Anthony. Uh, you know that where the white boys tried to jump him because he was trying to stay cool in the damn tent. So let's listen to it. Let's listen to it. I think this is it.
Got close you want?
Nope, that's not it. I got so many things I've been wanting to play. This is it. Smash the topic.
You seen the video on 2 hours. Was it clear enough or was it fuzzy or what?
No, it was clear. It's clear enough where you can see the actual individual raindrops come by the camera.
Okay.
That's how clear it is. You actually see them walking up. You see that Karmello is already up under there. He's under there minding his business.
Dodging the rain or?
Yeah, it was still rain. You know,
right.
I'm familiar with it. So that day we were under a tornado watch.
Right.
We were under thunderstorm warning, and we know we had already had some light rain then, and it started raining again. Then it was over with.
Okay.
So that's kind of what happened on that day. But they were at a rain delay already. And so during that time when that happened, the twins.
That picture, this man, he's the one doing the talking. He says he saw the video and it showed everything of what happened. So I want you guys to pay very close attention because they are trying to railroad this black boy who got jumped by a bunch of folk, two twin brothers, white boys, big old boys. Wasn't no little old bitty skinny. No, they was tough. What you doing under this tent, nigger? Okay.
Their two buddies and a few other kids, because there was a few kids involved with it. They were all coming from the direction of the middle school, coming walking back up.
Right.
On the video, you can see those four that actually was involved, and maybe about 3 or 4 others that was with them, skipping up, trying to catch up behind. One veered off probably toward his way to go to the coach and kind of distract him a little bit. And then the other 4 came walking together. One went in front of them, went past. Right. The other 4 went and they surrounded Karmello. You know, if you're Karmello,
and they showed it on that video.
It's on the video.
Okay, come on.
You can see them walking.
I want to say little stuff.
I'll put it this way.
Okay.
They actually tell you when you're watching the video, pay attention to this corner right here, because if you look anywhere else, you might miss different things.
Okay.
So watch those 4. Here they're 4 right there coming up. Right. That's exactly what they say.
Okay.
And so you have no way to be confused that it's those 4. Okay. So they come up, they surround them, and this immediate moment of not even a few seconds of pause, then that's when they jump. And so
they actually did jump him.
Yeah, it wasn't just no touch. It wasn't just all that moment. Yeah, it was a push. It was all kind of things. But Austin pushed, Hunter hit, and then everybody swung. So at the same time,
so it's more than the twins that got some licks on.
So it was 4 people jumping on Karmello. Austin pushed him, Hunter hit him, and they was all just attacking this one boy, one young black boy, because he didn't want to get wet, and they was under a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning that day or something. He just sitting under the tent, trying not to get wet. So it's 4 people, and he can't stand his ground. They shouldn't have messed with him. If you had not F with him, nobody would be dead right now. But y'all drew first blood. So you can't get mad when somebody defend themselves.
So it showed that in the video.
Yes, in the video. So again, you have Hunter and Austin standing in the middle.
Okay.
And you have the light bright boy here and you have the darker boy here. Okay. I think that's what I remember. So I have to go back and think about it. But that's where they were.
So he said it was a light bright and a darker boy. So it was black boys too jumping on him. Boy, you see, a ninja ain't shit. Didn't I tell y'all yesterday, or was it this morning, black folks been raised and brainwashed to hate each other, to hate their own race? Assholes.
One was going up and down while they were talking and kind of pushing or whatever he was doing. Austin and Hunter was in front. So where they're talking about grabbing bags, Hunter actually said that I grabbed his bag.
Right.
And then later on, he said that Austin threw the bag.
Okay.
Jeff also said the same thing. And so was said you don't know that until they get to it here. But once they did that, they started hitting them. Karmello was able to back out and try to get away. So he was actually trying to get away the first time. Austin grabbed him, and you can see his hoodie coming out like this, and they brought him back in.
Okay.
And when they brought him back in, that's when you can see Austin put in a headlock. You can see that all the rest of it. That must be when the poke happened because he was able to get out again. He backed out. He looked to the right. That's where the other little kid was filming because they got some cell phone footage too. But that's where he was filming. He looked directly at him in his camera, and then he went this way to the left. He went down. He fell, and that's when they realized he was gone. So they were still punching. And when he fell, that's when they all turned around. They started chasing him. Austin tried to go chase him too, but he grabbed his chest. I guess he realized that something happened to him, and that's when he went down a little bit and he fell down. But all three of them were chasing. But Karmello was so fast, he got away and went around to the coach. And so you can see them on the video pointing toward Karmello and the coach. And I can imagine, because Karmello was out of the camera on that moment, that he was telling the coach what happened. And then that's when Hunter said he whipped his head around. That's a true statement. He just wasn't sitting with it. He whipped his head around. You see him on the video, and that's when he walked over to where Austin was, but he never touched him. So all that stuff about him rendering aid and holding his heart, and all, he never did that because the coach grabbed him and he was holding him. So at the end of the day, that's kind of where the moment went. But they did assault him, and we'll just play the game. Even if it was just a push, you still assaulted him because it was unwanted by your own definition and your word of him saying that leave me alone and I'm not going, you assaulted him, period. But they did beat him. And if you look at the because that was one that they actually edited. I have the emails to prove it. But the actual Collin County one, you can see the webs and stuff on his eye. You can see the bridge of his nose is swollen. You can see the webs under his neck. And so that's the reason why they edited the one from
Videos over here until I get it monetized. Oh my goodness. But anyway, so Carmelo was minding his business, just trying to stay under the tent and not get wet. Four boys, not just one, four, walked up to him and pretty much started bullying him, and they attacked him, and he defended himself. And now they want to have him on trial for murder. They don't want us to use the stand your ground. It ain't for y'all now. It ain't for you. No, 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 no. Let me see what this is saying. Let me see what this court TV is saying. So, you guys, y'all listen to it. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think he was attacked?
allegedly stabbed pocket knife. The trial is expected to last approximately 2 weeks. If convicted, Anthony faces a maximum sentence of 5 years or life in prison. Now, to talk more about this and to break down the latest of the case, we want to bring in Mark Astor, a criminal defense lawyer and former prosecutor, onto the program here. Mark, thank you so much for joining us this morning. So we heard opening statements yesterday. Anthony faces a murder charge, and the defense is claiming self-defense. What evidence throughout this trial is going to be crucial, as we've already started to see some testimony yesterday from coaches? Well, what evidence here is going to be crucial for?
If you read the police report, it's right there in black and white. They're claiming self-defense. So obviously, the prosecutor is going to start bringing in eyewitnesses, people who saw this, people who saw defendant flee from the scene. So we'll have some of the other students. A motor weapon. So those are the kinds of things that are going to be brought out. Obviously, if there's civilians, law enforcement, any surveillance videos, and probably to talk about actual
For self.
So he had no choice. He allegedly had that knife with him when he the situation and then say, "Oh, I was acting in self-defense."
Boy, these people been no problem. The fuck?
Revolves around in there at this track meet. So we heard from a Memorial High School coach, Robert Starr, who took the stand, and he explained to jurors that a tent at a track competition typically, quote, marks your spot. He said it's similar to team bench for sports. So what this case involves escalating from a seat dispute that we're getting from a Fox 4 report, how could we see testimony from coaches and other athletes really affect this case? And when it comes to something like where this happened, especially when they're saying with this tent that kind of almost in some way marks a territory.
Dad, when are we gonna finish our house?
Almost done, son.
I can't live like this anymore, dog. Look at this place.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember we have two high schools that are potential rivals, and you've got the defendants going into the victim space. That tent area it's almost like it's a little bit of a house, right? This is our home. You don't come into our home, and if you do, we have a right to protect that space.
That was not no damn house. That was school property. None of those kids own those tents. That is public school property. You people are crazy as FUCK, trying to put a young black man in prison for life because he was attacked.
And according to the police report, the victim in the case said, hey, you shouldn't be here. You need to leave, right? This is our space. Go to yours. And that's when, this incident started to escalate because the defendant didn't want to leave.
And now jurors were also shown.
So because he didn't want to leave and go back in the rain, they attacked him, right? And then he defended himself. Thank you, sir. You just proved the whole point. They attacked him, and he had a right under Texas law to stand his ground. I wish I was on that damn jury. I wouldn't care if all 11, baby, I would hang it just as sure as my name is Philly Phil. Oh, and see, that's why they don't have no black folks on that jury. They think all 12 of them white people gonna be so low down as to find it's gonna be one person. It's gonna be at least one that's not going. Now it's gonna either be a hung jury or not guilty. Period. I'm telling you now, it's gonna be a hung jury or not guilty.
This video of what happened. It's from a camera across the field. It says software allows the shots to be zoomed in, but it becomes grainy. So the video shows up.
See, they think because they got rid of both of those 3 black
Surveillance video. How can the jurors take that in, especially if the video is grainy and it could maybe be hard to identify certain people there?
Yeah, so look, obviously a picture tells 1,000 words, but at the end of the day, the defense isn't arguing you got the wrong person. So does the video really matter that much? Are they going to say, well, this isn't our guy. You can't tell us that this is our client.
Yes, the video matters because the video will show that the deceased person attacked Karmello. He attacked him because he was under a damn tent.
Look at the grainy quality of the video. I don't think they'll make that argument because it doesn't make sense. Either he acted in self-defense, which means they're not denying that he stabbed the victim, or they're going to say, you got the wrong guy, you arrested the wrong person. That's not their defense. So I don't think the quality of the video is really going to make that big of a difference, to be quite honest with you. It helps, it helps the prosecution, but is it really the case that we're arguing about? I mean, no one's denying that this happened. It's just, are we going to legally excuse
a true juror? If I'm a juror, I'm looking at that video and I'm seeing, okay, Karmello was under the tent. I don't give a damn what school's tent it was. This is on public school property. Okay. Those boys did not own that tent. So Karmello had a right to be there. So what if he went to a different school? You have football games and basketball games and sports events every Friday during the school year, and the teams will shake hands
In Dallas yesterday, when looking at
some bullshit.
Like this, is that typical for a prosecution to really come out swinging after really plays their part later on in the trial? How does the structure really work when it comes to criminal cases here like this?
Yeah, so part of the jury selection process is going to be this, especially from the defense.
Right. And when the defense close, what they're going to have to put in that jury's mind, They're going to have to let them know, listen, this is going to be my last time to speak to you before you go and deliberate, because the prosecution going to get the final closing arguments, okay? It's going to go prosecution, defense, and then I think prosecution get to come back one more time. I believe that's how it goes. They're going to have to say, listen, it all boils down to a young kid who was on public school property, who went under a people these other four people who just attacked this man. He was under the tent because there was a tornado warning. It had started raining. He was trying to get shelter from the rain. So it didn't matter whose tent he was under. He was just trying to get to the closest place for shelter. And because he chose to go under a tent that two brothers who are known to be bullies, he chose his only uh crime of that day was to go to the wrong tent to find shelter. And when I say crime, wrong tent, not that it belonged to someone else, it was just belonged to some damn evil people who like to bully people. That was his only crime of the day. They attacked him and provoked him. He was defending himself. So when they give those closing arguments, they're going to have to remind their jury. They're going to say what they need to say. Say, I need you to pay attention to that video. Remember what you saw in that video. He was under the tent alone. Four people approached him under the tent. He didn't go and approach no one and start nothing. And under Texas law, when you are approached and you are attacked, you have the right to stand your motherfucking ground. And he stood his motherfucking ground and took somebody down because they effed with him. He stood his MF ground and took someone down because they came around him. Damn it.
Defense perspective is to make sure that we exclude any jurors who don't believe in the presumption of innocence. But the fact, when I did defense work, when you've got a client who's sitting there, the jurors are saying to themselves, hold on a second, he must have done something, otherwise he wouldn't have been arrested. We wouldn't be here. So, as a defense lawyer, you're already behind the eight ball, even with the constitutional presumption of innocence. And so, as a defense lawyer, you kind of have to overcome that. So that's a problem for the defense. And honestly, I think the prosecution has a great case here.
Called him trash and made him beg at a birthday party for $1 million. He smiled and bought the
here. They really do.
And then I wanted to talk about that jury selection, as well as there's been some controversy about that, as well as there being no black.
Man, look, it is so hot. The phone heated up. Can y'all hear me and can y'all see the background? It was very. Can y'all hear me and see the picture in the background? It was vice versa. If it was vice versa, it wouldn't be different. You got that right. I don't know. Y'all probably can y'all still hear me? And can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me and see me? Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? Well, I'm not going to keep talking if y'all can't hear me. Ain't nobody saying nothing. It say I got 12 people, 20. Is that a 20? Can y'all hear me, good people? Hello?
Selection is to a case, can it really
Thank
define its
you.
outcome here?
Yeah, jury selection is everything. If you can get the right.
Well, dang, y'all. Can y'all see the picture now? Chitty Boo, can y'all see the picture? Can y'all hear me and see the picture? Can y'all see me now and hear me? All right. Because I like to be seen, baby. I want y'all to see me when I'm talking my shit. Because I know I talk a lot of shit sometimes.
The right jurors for your, who are hopefully going to see the case your way as a prosecutor, you're golden. But don't forget, you need 12 people on that jury who are going to find that you met your burden of proof. As the defense, I only need one person to say, hold on a second, this was a.
You only need one person to say, wait a minute. That boy was sitting under that damn tent, minding his business, and along come the two big bullies and and I think it was two black boys too. It was four of them all together against one. Can we just buck? That later. I'll holler at y'all later.